we go. We're going to try something new. Open that.
Do we read that out loud?
Let me see. These are the instructions. Okay, read away.
Okay. The Grand Duke's Odoriferous Odorants Olfaction Activator.
That's it.
That's a heck of a name. Olfaction occurs when odorants bind to specific sites on olfactory receptors located in the nasal cavity. Glomeruli aggregate signals from these receptors and transmit them to the olfactory bulb, where the sensory input will start to interact with parts of the brain responsible for smell identification, memory, and emotion. The olfactory bulb sends outputs to various centers of the brain, including the parts that are responsible for controlling basic drives, emotions, and memories. Sensation and perception, psychology worth publishers.
You're reading the footnotes. Excellent.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
From primordial time, humans have connected the sense of smell with memory and pleasure. As an example, the Flemish Tapestry in the late 13th century was dedicated to the world of odoriferous odorants of outdoor miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous.
Thank you.
Why, let's look at that. That looks like paper to me.
There you
Wait.
go.
There's a Flemish tapestry in there. Great. So what we're going to do is we are going to have a control group.
Do you want me to read the questions here? Or?
No, the questions now there are, I'll do it. So I'm going to be the control person.
Okay, here you go.
And we're going to have fun with this.
Okay.
So I want you to try. Both you close your eyes and you're going to pass around this one.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me give yourself time to smell it, and then give your partner time to smell it.
Do you still want our eyes closed?
No, because I have all the things down here, so you're fine. Hey, Sky, what do you think it is?
I want to say cumin.
Ginger.
Ginger? What does it remind you of?
It reminds me of the peanut chicken that Mom makes. It has that kind of scent to it.
Mine's a curadera shop.
What shop is that?
An herbalist shop.
Yeah? Okay, open that and try that one.
Okay. I can open this the second one, apparently. There we go.
So we did number 4. Now Now we're doing number 1. Push that out. Don't let it sit in there. Just squeeze the bladder. Yeah, that's your dropper. Yeah, that way you got it out. You don't need all that in there. So what do you think it is?
Maybelline?
What do you think it is?
Maybelline.
What does it remind you of?
Pancakes.
Pancakes.
Oregon.
Oregon? Okay.
Okay. Number 2. Is this also liquid? Do I have to like...
They're all soaked in oil to enhance the smell.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Okay, what's your guess?
Sage.
It's a big I don't know on my part.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to try again? That's okay. So what does it remind you of? Any memories it stirs?
Reminds you of going to the Grand Canyon and seeing a lot of sage bushes and wanting to jump out of the car and get them.
It just smells clean.
That's interesting. Okay.
Number 3.
3 times the charm.
Meeting.
So what do you think?
Smells like an imitation flavor. I'm gonna go with banana.
Banana?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's nutmeg.
They're all from the kitchen.
Wait, no, actually it's clover.
Close. Very good.
I forgot the name of it, and nutmeg came to mind. I was like, no, it's clover.
Okay. What is any memories?
It just made me think of the kitchen. That's it.
Is
It
that?
reminds me of knives. It has a sharp smell.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. Number 5.
Yeah, it was very Victorian-esque. And
We're
maybe
supposed to actually be doing this in between. Why don't you
Yeah.
take a notice of that in
Maybe.
between?
Just maybe.
But you know, really, the ones I picked out are really definitely unique smells that will cut through each other.
God, I love the smell of coffee.
I know it's good. All right, now try number 5.
This whole thing reminds me of Victorian era-esque, which they just added Course Bride onto Netflix again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Mac looks confident. What is it?
Banana.
What do you think?
I thought vanilla.
Really?
Yeah.
What memories does it bring back?
Cupcakes. Making cupcakes.
Cupcakes.
Would you like to make cupcakes, sir?
I thought you wanted to paint my nails. Please choose.
Well, how about after the nails are painted? So, why does this remind you of a Victorian thing here?
Because of the box and the bottles.
Yeah.
Victorians were big on torture.
Big on torture? Yeah, you can smell the coffee, so you don't end up with banana in there. I know.
Victorian dentistry was comprised of not using Novocaine to extract a tooth. That's torture to me.
Yes, but once they had cocaine, you were fine, and opiums,
Yeah, but the people weren't.
and laudanum, which had poison in it. But a lot of the language that we use in this, for example, odoriferous odorants and the olfaction activators. The inquisitor's responsibility to write down the subject's responses and to be able to view the inquisitor's key card with the corresponding numbers to which contain the odoriferous odorants activation. And it's labeled. And of course, the odoriferant activator that the inquisitor should reign brev eloquent in administrating and educating. So a lot of the language, because brevelevant means eloquently brief. Okay. And then adjudicating is what a judge does.
Judging?
Yeah. So a lot of the language that we have fits this period, but a lot of the language we have has gone from what we used to have
To YOLO.
to what consists of our modern day text languages and abbreviations and emojis.
LMAO. Laugh out loud.
LOL.
So if you were to do something like this on your own project, what period would you pick?
I'd pick more modern because it was kind of hard to read
Okay.
that because I was just like,
I think
yep.
it was the font.
No. Like the rest of it outside the title was normal font. I was just having a hard time reading it. It didn't.
It doesn't flow to modern day
Yeah.
language, but it's written in a very old English Victorian format.
So I would change it to where it would have more modern.
Now, for an art style, we did a Victorian presentation. What you do more modern. So, how would you make it a modern presentation? How would you modernize this?
Put it in an Adidas box.
Yo.
Okay.
Also maybe instead of like, you know how like your labels are very fancy?
Put
Yeah.
the 2 play buttons.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
What's
Is
that?
it two
Play the
play
game.
button?
Uh-huh.
Like on the front of the box, and they have to touch the top of the box. It
To
opens,
start the game.
and then for the labeling instead of like the super fancy stuff, which is cool.
Wait, what was the question?
If you were to make it for yourself, how would you do
So,
it?
like, Can I?
Yeah.
No, not that. This.
Yeah.
This. So like instead
Go
of
for it.
doing this, which
Uh-huh.
is really cool, I would still keep the title, but I think I do something a bit more like minimalistic, just black and white.
All right.
something.
So, have you checked through your font styles that you have?
Yeah, my personal favorite is Cavet
Okay.
because that looks the most like normal script when someone's writing.
What would you do, Mac?
I made the box black, unassuming, but everything is intricate on the inside.
So, what period would you be picking? Modern, futuristic? You could be, you could pick the future, past, whatever.
I picked
Make it a TARDIS.
ancient Rome.
Oh, so you do old Roman. Okay.
So it'd have the V, VII with V7, and you could label the bottles that way.
Okay. Yeah.
And instead of glass bottles, they'd be clay.
Use the sense of the airs, like all
So you do some pottery.
Chamomile. Yeah.
Okay. Good. I like that. That's innovative. And so, what would you do for a font?
Times New Roman.
There you go. And then, what would you do for the language? How would you word things differently?
And I'd use a lot of Latin root words, which for us, English language is actually is a love language because of all the different languages are in it. There are some words derived from Greek, Spanish, Latin, Italian, French, and so I'd introduce it all in there. Not
Yeah.
just make it one language, but make it diverse.
But you use a lot of Latin-based language to make it more Roman. That's cool.
Make sure the directions you know what you're reading, or if you have someone else read it too, if they have to read it, make sure they.
So the whole
understand.
idea of this, within the lesson plan, was to talk about any certain languages or expressions we have around the house, or you have around the house, that you don't hear anywhere else, and to get you thinking about, well, what do I hear here in language?
I mean, I've heard one, a southern slang one to call someone an idiot,
Which is
he couldn't pour piss out of a boot with the directions tied on it.
Well, I think more polite things like my grandma used to say "Christ on a crutch,"
I love that so
and I never understood what that meant, but it was always
The Lord be with you.
yeah. No, she did it when she was mad, so I didn't know if we crippled Jesus or something.
Did she ever do